Hello and welcome. I am Sujani and let's talk about exemptions. Exemptions or exempt income means the income that is excluded from the gross total income of the taxpayer. Lots of people have very little clarity about exemptions. Let me take you through the common FAQs with respect to exempt income. Number 1. Are exemptions different from deductions? Yes, they have different meanings in the Income Tax Act, though both these words are used interchangeably by many. Deduction refers to the amount of money allowed to be reduced from total taxable income. Majority of deductions are covered under Section 80 of the Income Tax Act, and they are introduced with a view to encourage savings and investments by the taxpayers. Whereas exemptions mean exclusions from the income, that is, they are not included as a part of gross total income. Certain income like agricultural income is wholly exempted from tax, whereas other exemptions are partially allowed like HRA, LTA, entertainment allowance, special allowances to meet personal expenses, long-term capital gains on equity, etc. Number 2. Do I have to report exemption in ITR? Yes. Both the incomes, exempted and taxable income, are to be reported in ITR. Number 3. What is the basic exemption allowed from the income? The basic exemption is the amount of income allowed as tax-free for all the taxpayers. Income tax authorities have categorized the basic exemption limit, which is Rs 2.5 lakh for individuals, Rs 3 lakh for senior citizens above 60 years, and Rs 5 lakh for super senior citizens aged above 80 years. No tax is to be paid for this basic exemption income limit. Number 4. What is HRA exemption? HRA is an exemption that is allowed partially. Hence, a portion of the salary received towards house rent accommodation is exempt based on the lowest of the below: actual HRA received, actual rent less 10% of the salary, 50% of salary for metro cities, and 40% of salary for non-metro cities. Number 5. Is the dividend income received exempt from tax? Dividend income received from Indian companies was exempt till 31st March 2020 in the hands of investors. However, the incidence of payment of tax has been changed from companies to investors. Hence, the dividend income is now taxed under the head Other Sources in the hands of the investor. Number 6. Is the amount received from the life insurance company exempt? Any amount of sum insured plus bonus received on maturity or at the time of surrender of the policy or on the event of the death of the insured is exempt in the hands of the receiver. Number 7. Are withdrawals from the Provident Fund taxable or exempt? Withdrawal from the EPF balance is exempt if the employee has completed 5 years of continuous service. Withdrawals made before 5 years are taxable. However, if the reason for termination of employment is due to ill health, closing down of business, or any other cause that is not in control of the employee, then EPF withdrawal shall remain exempt. Number 8. What is the exemption amount of children education? A compensatory education allowance for children of Rs 100 per month up to 2 children is allowed as the exemption. There are debates to increase this allowance limit. However, you can claim tuition fees for your children under Section 80C within the limit of Rs 1.5 lakh. Number 9. What is the taxability of conveyance allowance? As per Section 1014, conveyance allowance is exempt to the extent of the amount received or amount spent, whichever is less. For example, If the amount received is rupees 100 and the amount spent is rupees 80, then only rupees 20 is taxable. However, if the amount spent is rupees 100, then nothing is taxable. Number 10. Can an employee claim transport allowance from AY 2021? Exemption of transport allowance of rupees 1600 per month granted to an employee is discontinued from AY 1920. However, exemption of transport allowance of rupees 3200 per month granted to an employee who is visually impaired or handicapped is still available. That's all for today. If you'd like to know more about exemptions, log on to www.cleartax.in. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to ClearTax. See you.